A 61-year-old Asian man is in critical condition after he was attacked in New York City. It happened Friday night in the East Harlem section of Manhattan. Surveillance cameras caught the attack, and the NYPD's hate crime unit tweeted it out. But we will only be showing an image from the footage which shows Yao Pan Ma, who is Chinese, being repeatedly stomped on his head. His family says he is in a coma. His attacker at large tonight, police asking the public for help. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has directed the Hate Crimes Task Force to offer help in the investigation. Authorities have yet to determine if the attack was racially motivated. MSNBC anchor Richard Louis spoke to the victim's niece and joins us now. Hey, Richard, what more do we know about the status of Ma, and how is his family?
Yeah, thanks for that, Alicia. I spoke with the niece of the victim, and she told me the family is right now only worried about Yao Pan Ma dying at the moment. That's their main focus. You know, when this all happened Friday at around 8 p.m. local time, Ma was out collecting cans. The suspect then pushed the victim, who is of Chinese descent, as you described, to the ground. The suspect then stomped with the full force of his body and leg into Ma's head. And these were 6 strong, full windups and stomps here, Alicia. The suspect almost jumping up in the air to use his full body and weight. It was certainly gruesome, this attack. And after that attack, the suspect just walked away calmly. A bus driver saw Ma on the ground after and called police. The victim's niece said she then took her aunt, who can't speak English, to visit her husband at the hospital. This is what she told me. Take a listen.
I was shocked. It must hurt. I don't want to see that.
What would you say to that person if you could say something to them?
I want to ask them why. Just why.
Alicia, the victim's niece, said Ma and his wife came from China 2 years ago for a better job in life. They left their 2 adult children in China. So 2 months ago, when he lost his restaurant job, Ma started to collect cans to help pay the bills, his wife working as a paid caregiver. A couple side notes on this. First, the niece wanted me to say there are no fundraising asks right now from them at the moment, and that fundraisers out there are not from the family. And then second, also, Alicia, talking about fundraising, the couple is financially strapped and part of the 1 in 4 Asian American Pacific Islanders that live in poverty in New York City.
Her question there, why, the question on everyone's mind. Are there any leads on the suspect at this time, Richard?
There's not a lot right now other than what you have already described and what we see in the pictures. And according to the NYPD, this individual, the suspect, is described as an adult male, dark complexion. He was last seen wearing a black jacket, black pants, white sneakers, and a multicolored baseball cap. You can go to their Twitter account to get an idea of that. Also, the pictures here. The Hate Crimes Unit is looking into the case, but it's not being investigated as a hate crime as of yet, Alicia. NYPD saying the suspect made no verbal racial attack during this incident. And a quick summary, as of a week ago, hate crimes investigations in New York City, they are at 550% from the very same time last year. All of this on the heels, as you've been reporting, of the Senate passing an anti-Asian hate crimes bill Thursday that would facilitate reporting and training on anti-Asian hate crimes on the city, state, and federal level.
I understand the victim's niece has spoken to a lot of media this weekend. What do you want her to know about the importance of sharing her story?
You know, Alicia, as you and I have talked about in the last month and longer, speaking up is very important. The niece did not want to speak. She grew up in New York City. She's in college here in New York City. This was something she and her friends were worried about, you know, these anti-Asian racist attacks or something like that. And again, we don't know what this is as of yet. But she cannot believe it's now her family that's affected. She did not want to, as I mentioned, talk at first, but she was generous and selfless enough in the end to tell us the story because she thought about it and she understood the only way we're going to get the good stuff, you know, the good energy to stop this unfortunate negative phenomenon from stopping is by hearing about stories like this.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.